What up, my YouTube brothers?
Hello, and I just forgot my line.
Hello, everybody.
Portable Gamer Shadow Draco 90 reporting in.
Yeah, that's it. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another segment of the Bickering Gamers. Low turnout today,
Great studios.
Yeah.
Once again.
But you know, we got probably a little more of a heated discussion today. It's definitely one of the more. This is definitely one of the more popular things to talk about right now. Is what's going on with Konami. There's a lot of few interesting things we can talk about here. But I think it's important that we do this in order of what happened. The first thing that happened was last summer. Or was it last summer with Kojima?
I think so.
It was a few months ago.
You know it best.
Yeah, after Metal Gear Solid 5 came out, Kojima left. And it was really mysterious. It was out of the blue. All we knew was Kojima and Konami were having problems. But as time went on, we started to see more and more of it. Like, what really threw Konami fans off the water was when the new Silent Hills game left. And a lot of people were making comparisons to Capcom, where when what's the Mega Man's creator's name? He's making Mighty Number 9 right now. I don't remember, but when he left Capcom, because his presence was gone, Capcom was too afraid to make a Mega Man game. Like a lot of people were making that kind of. I'm not sure that's what it is for fact, but that's what's commonly believed to be the reason why we haven't seen much Mega Man lately. Which, you know, it's total BS. It's like when Miyamoto leaves Nintendo eventually, that's not gonna happen. Like, they won't make Mario or Zelda anymore. That's not, yeah. Right. It's like Miyamoto was even taking steps.
The biggest stepping stones and biggest foundations of a company.
Yeah, and in all fairness though, Miyamoto has been taking small steps back, so that probably is why Nintendo won't do the kind of thing Capcom and Konami's doing. But Konami goes deeper than that because now we know a little more about what they're doing, and that's what's getting people pissed off. I don't know.
The fact that they're pulling away from consoles and PC.
Yeah, I mean,
they're pulling themselves away from consoles straight to the mobile market, which is not really a good idea.
Their exact words were, "The mobile games are the future," which is bullshit. And
actually, it's not fully bullshit, but at the same time, you cannot just make an entire company based on mobile games. If it's say, indie developer or something like that, a single person or a small group of people, then yes, you can make a little bit of a profit by selling the games for 99 cents.
Well, you have to remember, Konami's not just a video game company. They do make machinery too, which is true for a lot of Japanese-based gaming companies. Like Nintendo's even getting in on it with the quality of life program. But it's like a YouTube video that you guys should really watch right now. Well, not right now while you watch our video, but after you're done with our video.
Watch it later and just rant on it.
Yeah, watch
rant about Konami.
Right, watch Alpha Mega Sin did a good rant on this, but watch the video Kojima versus Konami. What's interesting about this, and this can be a topic all on its own, but Konami flagged that video because of the negative press, and they wanted YouTube.
Konami what?
Yeah, they wanted YouTube to take it down because it was negative towards the company.
Just because he was talking about it?
But believe it or not, YouTube didn't give in and actually put the rights back and gave it back to the video content creator. My God, this can be a whole separate section itself because YouTube better make it a habit to defend YouTube channels who are making fair use videos. Because that's the first time I've ever heard of that in my life. Of course,
that's the first time I've ever heard it also.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it is total bullshit for a company to put in a video that clearly was within the video creator's rights to make, and they want them to get rid of it just because it's negative press. Because basically,
that's not new, but at the same time, that's dick.
And in the video, the guy, I forgot his name. I actually subscribed to him because he was really good. He was really, really good at what he did. He investigated the whole thing, and he was not biased. Like, he said he had an anonymous source, and he said himself, consider these just rumors because I can't prove these without a credible source. He's being really respectful about this. But, yeah, the video came back up. I didn't get to watch it when it first came out because I wanted to, but the video was, by the time I heard of the video, it was taken down. I watched it when it was put back up. And again, this could be another topic itself, but it's amazing how YouTube actually defended a damn content creator's work. They never do that. It's like you can have an educational video, which falls under fair use, and have 15 seconds of a song without commentary over it. That 15 seconds can get flagged, and then your video gets taken down. Like, that's how broken the system works. And if YouTube, please keep this going on. If there's someone who clearly has fair use, keep it there.
Please, we're begging you.
It's like
It's coming from YouTubers.
Actually, YouTubers, not the company all the time.
Right.
If it's within the copyright third-party usage, fair use program.
Yeah, and going beyond that, the video itself, Kojima versus Konami, I'm going to paraphrase this really quick. Basically, what's happening is Konami wants to... This is a... Like, I'm going to go into what Alpha Mega... I'm going to paraphrase Alpha Mega's sin here, because I think he was totally on point with this, but in the video, he was explaining that one of the Konami people that came to him that was... Like, he asked a lot of people at Konami and didn't want to talk about it, especially the PR. Obviously, the PR doesn't want to talk about it.
Of course.
But the main head, one of these guys, we don't know what position he is. He's completely anonymous. He told it all what he said, and the guy who's doing the video was actually linking it to the events that we know. So like that's what the specifics I won't get into because I really can't. It escapes me. But again, you guys should watch the video when you're done with this. It's really well researched, and basically, Konami. Their video game company makes them the least money out of everything, and they want to take that down. And yes, like Tyler said, they want to replace it with the mobile market because they said that's the future. Now going on to what Alpha Mega Sin said, now that is a big middle finger to everyone who supported their video games all these years. It's like they don't make enough money for you now. Like that's all they're. It's like they aren't good enough. Their money's not good enough for you. That's basically what Konami's saying. PC and console gaming money is not good enough for them. They have to make the future mobile games, and again, that can be a whole separate subject.
That's a whole different market altogether.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, the mobile gaming market, you're gonna make cheap games with microtransactions up the ass, just so you can make a quick buck, and with less work. And they slashed a lot of their employees because of this. They downsized their gaming company tremendously, and like, on top of that, they had some money-making franchises you'll probably never see again. Like, when Silent Hills got canceled, that pissed off so many people. Because a lot of people were saying, there was this, like, big fiasco, actually, where people on eBay were selling PS4s with the Silent Hills demo on it. Because Konami took it down. They took down the Silent Hills demo. So... it's like when Flappy Bird was being sold on iPhones. iPhones that came with Flappy Bird and sold for like $3,000. They're doing the same thing with PS4s, right? Now, how often do you see a console on eBay?
Often.
Pretty often. And like, yes, technically resale is illegal, but they did it anyway, and nobody ever got in trouble for it. Konami flagged every person who was selling, not PS4s with the Silent Hill demo on it. That's unbelievable. Like there's just this big thing where they're trying to cover up their tracks, but it's failing, and like for good reason. Like they're brooming so many things under the rug, sweeping whatever. Like they're trying to get this dirt and keeping it under wraps, and as if we won't notice. But the power of the internet.
The second one thing goes on the internet, boom.
Yeah, and. It's just like
They're hoping for.
It's like when Sega did this, said they made mobile games. They didn't say we're not going to do console PC games again because they understand that's a totally different market. They just wanted to focus on these mobile games for a while to get their legs up because they're not finding their place with. They're only making Sonic games honestly, really right now, and Nintendo sells best on them. With the last 3 Sonic games, Nintendo didn't do that well, especially Sonic Boom. Actually, I would argue that probably Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games did worse than Sonic Boom. And then there was the very love it or hate it Sonic Lost World. So it's like I don't know. Again,
What about Sonic Colors?
Well, Sonic Colors was a Wii game. That sold really well. Like Sega does best on Nintendo consoles. That's just a fact. But I guess that should be another conversation in general with Sega, but it does link into Konami, where Sega also made that decision. We're going to make some mobile games for our main. We're going to have Sonic Team. our biggest team make a mobile game. And you know what? We weren't pissed with that because, it's the same thing when Nintendo announced mobile games. They even announced Project NX, which Iwata recently just said in a press conference that he called it out too early. Like, it's not even probably not gonna be ready for years. It's just he wanted, and they'll probably mention something in 2016 about it. But he wanted to mention it because he wants to tell the fans that don't worry, we're not going anywhere. And that's the exact opposite of what Konami did. It was like, yeah, fuck you guys, we're leaving because we don't think this is worth our investment
anymore.
Right, and it's like a lot of people are really.
They're just basically like, fuck you. Where's our Silent Hills?
Yeah, and it's like.
I mean, I'm sorry you do not give such a big game that looked that good, and then just be like, you know what? Since we just want to make mobile games now, so fuck you, bye Silent Hills.
Well, a lot of people thought it was because of Kojima, which also pissed people off because, like, are you really going to be that immature about it? Like, the creator of the game's not going to be there, that means you can't do it? Like you really... Like, again, Miyamoto has the right strategy. He's backing off more and more slowly and letting the people that he's training do the things on his own. Especially since, like, we have Tokyo EAD doing Mario games now.
Konami is going through.
Right. It's like there's this gradual thing about it, and they always know where their core is. Like, Nintendo has Quality of Life now and their DNA partnership, but they know that their core essence of their company is where they start, is home console gaming. And it's I don't know, it's just really, it's really mind-boggling to me that, because Konami has such a legacy. Like, that's the Castlevania, Contra, Metal Gear company. And you know what, like, there's a spiritual successor for Castlevania going on right now. And again, we're getting to another topic that could that's linked to this, that could we have a whole video, but spiritual successors are becoming a thing now because a lot of companies either don't use the rights to games and the creators of the game who left that company want to continue their projects, or the games are just lost their way and they just dump the project. Like Ukulele, it's like Banjo-Kazooie's been dumped because it just doesn't make money anymore. And like, you haven't seen a Castlevania game in a while, Mighty Number 9, you haven't seen a Mega Man game in a while, so here you are with the spiritual successors. And it's like I'm wondering if similar things gonna happen with Konami franchises, like Metal Gear. I think it was in Kojima versus Konami. I think it was, but he made a good point about Metal Gear. He was saying that Metal Gear games in the main series were made to be the last game in the series for like a long time now. And he's thinking like Metal Gear Solid 5 is most likely going to be the actual final game in the series now because of what happens. It's like, it's one of those, it's like The Who. I don't know if, I know I'm making an old pop culture reference, but The Who had like 8 or 9 farewell tours. And it's just funny that way.
Well, it's all about the money.
Yeah.
Money.
Well, yeah, I know, that's undeniable.
Money. Just like, ugh.
But yeah, like
this.
I would like a new Contra game. I love Contra.
Like this new strategy they're going with, like, it's not even a strategy. It's just a big middle finger.
I've been seeing some funny cartoons. There's this one I really liked where Capcom was saying, "Oh, welcome to the party," and EA goes, "Bitch, please." Yeah, like man, everyone, go on YouTube. Everybody's ranting against Konami. I was even watching a Happy Console Gamer really upset about what's going on. Like, obviously he can't be angry because he's a Happy Console Gamer, but he had a really upset rant about Konami himself. It's like, this is one of those hot topics right now. I don't know if Angry Joe did a video, like anyone gives a shit about Angry Joe anymore, but
or the Game Grumps.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I wouldn't say that.
No, I'm saying, like, I'm not sure if they did one either.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I doubt it. They're not really rant guys. They're just Let's Players. Well, sort of, but that's beside the point. But yeah, like this is the hot topic, and obviously that's why we're on it. You know, it's important to get multiple ideas and whatnot, and bullet and shitty shit da 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 doodly da pip pip lay doodly doo. You mean pip pip lay doodly ain't real? No. Oh man.
Pip pip cheerio.
Pip pip lay doodly doo. No, it's just like the one thing I'm trying to wrap my mind around is who the fuck does that? You make a big brand for yourself. One that's a household name that is Konami. And you're gonna really do that? You're really gonna just turn your back on your fans, the fans and the people want to follow you because you think it's just not a good enough investment? And it's like
they went from being for the fans to being for the money.
Yeah, but like, who throws away a legacy like that?
Konami.
Like Konami made some defining games in their day.
Yeah, they did. They did make defining games. Right?
Yeah, and Metal Gear.
It's when companies move their sense of direction, they actually go down the path.
Yeah, and you know,
I forgot what I was going to say. When ever since got his name, damn.
Kojima?
Yeah, Kojima. Ever since Kojima.
Like we haven't said his name like a million times in the video.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's the thing. Kojima.
Ever since he's left, that the whole his team probably went down the sort of path.
Well, that's why. Well, that's why a lot of people think Kojima left because he couldn't handle the bullshit they're doing, the PR kind of shit. But you know, it's like that's what's amazing about Kojima. He's so intertwined with this company. He's the Miyamoto of Konami, and the man's brilliant.
And ever since he's left, it pretty much went downhill.
Yeah, the man's brilliant.
Yeah, you can say they went silent.
Yeah, they go silent. That's when they made a move, I guess, to go completely mobile.
Yeah,
because they can't come up and just toggle thing. They cancel Silent Hill.
But you know what?
Cancel Silent Hill.
But you know what? Treating Kojima like shit, that should be the first big red button people press like in alert. Like, what the hell? He's been making billions of dollars for your company with his billion-dollar franchises. And the man makes indie games too. He's really smart. Like, he made that horror game that was really good. Just to scare the shit out of people. He made a game on his own time just to scare the shit out of people. Like, that's some dedicated programmer right there.
What, PT?
Yeah.
That's the Silent Hill demo.
Oh my god. And it's like, my god. But, you know, like, again, Kojima is so intertwined with this company. He is Konami. And
Konami. Ever since he left, Konami's not been Konami. That path that
and what
has been going down ever since.
Yeah, and what business sense is it to piss off your moneymaker? You know? It's like, yeah.
I really don't believe it if it's like that. If they're treating it like this, why the heck are you making money for a company that doesn't even care about you?
Well, you know what? I bet you $1 million, and I would not be surprised if Kojima started his own indie developing company. Go on Kickstarter and make your spiritual successor. That's the trend nowadays, right?
Yeah. Break up with a major company and then start up your new one. And and become successful by yourself. You don't need any sort of big company to tie you down.
Yeah, make your Schmetal Schmear 6 and your Schmile Schmills game, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And your Hasselvanias.
Yeah, and your Well, I don't think Kojima was directly responsible for Castlevania, but that's a big Konami franchise. But you know, it's something to get to really think about, like what kind of directions a company, like as much as people love the shit on EA, at least they stick to their brand, you know, like you can't deny that. EA is real dicks with their pricing and how they nickel and dime people and how they put out their content. But you know, at the end of the day, they don't play games with their consumers, their customers. They will make games that their fans want to play. Like they have their sports titles, they have Star Wars now, which
now you know why
I can't wait to see that Battlefront game.
It does look really good. Like as much as I hate EA, that's an amazing looking game. I mean, I haven't seen actual gameplay of it, obviously, but the fact that trailer was in-game graphics was absolutely stunning.
Well, here's the thing. What they did with that game was this is an entire video by itself, but they actually got the team to go to the Star Wars museum.
That's awesome.
And take actual scale images.
Right. Yeah.
And they try to do it in full detail.
There's a Star Wars museum. Where is it?
I have no idea.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
So she prefer Episode 7.
Good luck with that.
Anyway, back to what we were talking about.
Or look a game.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a different game.
Well, actually, a Konami logo I slapped in the background. I don't even know if I have any Konami games. I had some Castlevania games back in the day, but I lost those in Sandy. Contra I never owned, but I always borrowed it from a friend, or I had it in one of those bootleg TV game plug and plays.
I had a couple of Metal Gear games.
Yeah, I never got into Metal Gear. Yeah, Metal Gear. It's like
to me,
we gotta
Metal
talk about
Gear is the same every time,
Well,
just different story.
We gotta talk about Metal Gear one of these days.
It's like COD.
Because that's an interesting franchise, especially considering like how many directions it took, and the fact that fucking Metal Gear Solid 4 and 5 are basically movies. Like the cutscenes can be like 3 hours long a piece. Not even kidding, or exaggerating. Yeah. Like I remember.
And then you got Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah, they had they had spin-off series. It makes me think of what was it? The fact that this funny thing that Brain Scratch was saying is like if we ever did Metal Gear Solid 4, we'd have to make a movie commentary, not a game commentary. Because it's so true. But you know, it's like
Metal Gear 5 is mostly a movie.
Yeah, and the fact that
Yeah,
and the fact that Metal Gear Solid 5 had microtransactions in it, which is really bad move.
That just pissed me off.
Yeah, it's like it's a perfect game, but you have to admit it's the perfect game to do that for because it has so much star power.
Oh yeah.
So you have to buy it. It's like a. It's
like Billy, do you remember that mission in Metal Gear 5 where you actually have to rescue Kojima?
Oh, I never played Metal Gear 5. I would like to. I mean, my.
No. There's actually videos online that show that actual Easter egg mission where you're supposed to rescue an informant.
Okay.
From base.
Right.
Turns out after you rescue the informant, it turns out to be Kojima.
You know, I'll actually mention. Jarius again. I know we did this last time. Well, you guys don't know that because it's still on Tyler's hard drive. But and this video is actually going up because I'm editing it. But
I'm putting on the Google Drive account. I'm sorry that I don't have much time to do it, especially since I'm going
Tyler,
on vacation.
I'm just busting your balls.
Do you want me to do uploading from now on?
No, I'm not apologizing to you. I'm apologizing to the 5 people that watch our videos.
Right.
What
do we have? Like 7 videos, 4 of them being
17,
yeah,
probably.
Most of them being time sensitive. But anyway,
no, some of them like
find out if there's an MP4 before you go on Google Drive because I have to be able to read it.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll be able to do that. I'll either do that tomorrow or
take your time.
I'm telling you, if you
want to make my life super easy, download an old copy of iTunes because those I can definitely pick up.
We'll see.
Yeah, but anyway. Konami. It's not personally for me. It's not really. Oh yeah, I was gonna say. I'm gonna reference Jarius again because he's a big Metal Gear fan. He was telling me, and we'll talk about Metal Gear some other time. But the basic synopsis is it's such an interesting idea, especially for back then when it first came out in the late '70s, early '80s, where the name of the game was to avoid combat and danger rather than attacking and shooting. Like, the idea was to evade and hide. Like, what an interesting idea for a game. And then it's like, there's so many turns. Like, again,
oh my god,
Metal Gear Solid 4, there's microtransactions. As much as I hate that, it's a good idea because of the star power alone of Metal Gear Solid. And it's like, it's like Metal Gear, like, you can make so many Konami and Sega comparisons.
Metal Gear Rising took it in a different direction to more /combat, along with a bit of stealth.
It's just really interesting. And it's just like, you don't see developers like Kojima every day, and the fact that you get rid of him, that ain't right. I don't know if they probably weren't going to, but, that would piss me off too if I see a bunch of my coworkers and the company that I helped build get turned down for a few bucks. Because it's actually, I can see what they're thinking. It's like, we cut down the video game division very small, make mobile games off of it, and still make a profit without having to pay that many people. It's less work. It's cheaper work, and you know what? It's like this is what I hate about third-party development companies these days. It's like they have this attitude where games are expensive to make now, so we were not really going to really bother. You know, it's like they don't want to play with the new toys hardware developers are making. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. As long as they can, it's simple them to make the same old game they release every year. It's good for them. You know, it's like this is why everyone on YouTube is saying there's going to be a crash, another video game crash. And you know what? As much as I'd like to disagree, I can't because it's so logical that this kind of attitude they're having, mostly third-party developers, it's just sickening. Like it really is.
They don't think.
It's like
they just want to find the easiest way to make themselves a profit, and either they make a game that's really good on an iPad, or they make a game that's really crappy. It's another runner, or they have to pay microtransactions just to get to the levels.
It's like people need to read some Adam Smith, the guy who created the modern economic value of the free market, basically the beginning of modern capitalism. Like, this has nothing to do with that crap. If you're going to keep grinding out a profit, guess what? You're grinding yourself out too thin, and then everything will fall apart. Like, it's just not good sense. Like, if you're going to make all these pushing the profit, last-minute, short-term decisions, it's going to kill you. You're sowing the seeds of your own destruction.
Watch, Konami's going to run itself in the ground, and then they'll rise up and stop going straight forward.
Well, you know what? They're probably going to have a much smaller market, which, to the business sense, it doesn't matter because they're cheaper games to make, and you know some guy's going to find it on the iTunes store and pick it up. But right, but I'm telling you right now, people who follow Konami and had a love for them will not buy these games just for the sheer disappointment that they give in them.
Konami altogether.
Yeah, complete stab in the back. But, you know, honestly, this isn't a really big hit for me, myself personally, because I never really played that many Konami games. I mean, I played old school Konami games, but I never really played much of the modern stuff. So, I mean, this isn't really big. I mean, I played some of their arcade cabinets. They were pretty cool. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, it's still really upsetting for other people, though, because I know Konami had a big legacy and a big name, and they just want to throw that away because, you know, I said it 1,000 times.
It's
yeah.
It's just the same, but
yeah, I think we been here for long enough anyway. So thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.
Yeah, Portable Gamer. I'm out.
Indeed.
Indeed.